going on, Ray? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 306. My name is Harrison. I'm joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? Glorious Monday.
Glorious Monday.
Back at it again.
Back at it again. Lots of good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Especially for a Dragon Ball Z fan like myself. I'm gonna break down all the news from the tournament that happened over the weekend. I think it happens at the same time.
Okay.
It usually happens at the same time every year. And they always announce some sort of new update or game or something like that. What's going on? Plushie and All-American Sandy. Yeah, I told you the portrait streaming, like, it brings in a lot of viewers.
People love the portrait. What's going on?
You know, Poppy Playtime. I do not, but my son watches. Watches the YouTube Let's Plays. But yeah, Nick, before we dive into what we've been playing, obviously we're going to give our impressions on Pragmata. But Nick, how was your week?
Week was good. Pretty chill. Actually, no, work was crazy last week.
Yeah.
But getting to a better point now, and the weekend was good.
Yeah, last week of tax time, so I'm sure it was.
Yeah, just like quarter end stuff.
Yeah, quarter end stuff.
Yeah. Did you file your taxes?
Yeah.
Dude, nice. Dude, so fun.
First year I've ever had to owe, which kind of sucked. But it is what it is.
We got that child tax credit this year.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't have to owe this year?
No, got money back this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even with because we'd been getting back like a lot of a return, and last year it was significantly, and also this was while Brittany wasn't working. Kellen was still, before he got into school and stuff, so we were getting like a ton back because it was just me being having the only income. But once we were making like a ton of money off tax return, and then it's like every year it started slowly just dropping, and now it's like
sad.
But it's all good. Anything else interesting happened this week?
Not really. Just baby stuff.
Yeah.
All weekend. Didn't really do too much. But how was your weekend?
It was great. I mean, a nice full week of warm weather, and now we're kind of getting back into a little bit of cold. I can't take it anymore, man. I'm losing my mind.
For those watching, we're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And this is like our fifth winter adjacent weather this year, and it just keeps snapping back. Right when you think you're out of it. Yeah. You're back in.
Yeah, it sucks because I enjoy being outside. Like I need to be outside. Like it. Yeah, it's. I hate being cold. I hate being stuck inside all the time. But speaking of being inside, let's talk some video games.
Let's do it.
I finished Resident Evil 1. Game's pretty damn good. It's
better than 0.
I think so. This one, I mean, there's still that lab, but that's it really focus like it's. And I don't know another Resident Evil game that does this necessarily, because once you kind of leave like that first area, most of the time you don't come back. You don't go back. Like RE9 for you're not going back to the care center, but this one basically solely focuses on the mansion, and then you'll eventually make your way out to like the courtyard and some other areas like a graveyard and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a stalker like enemy in this one, which was pretty cool. But it doesn't stalk you like throughout the whole game or anything like that. But once you come across the BOW, like it's you kind of have to deal with it for about an hour or so, I would say.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. But yeah, I mean, there are so many. I mean, I had to look at the guide for most of this playthrough, and I would definitely recommend it for anybody that's playing RE1 for the first time. Because it can get pretty confusing. And again, I talked about it last week with 0 and starting Resident Evil 1.
Mm-hmm.
The load times when every time you're going in and out of the in and out of the rooms, it can kind of,
especially for Lost.
Yeah, especially for Lost, it can start to get a little bit of obnoxious. Then there's portions of the game where like I went through this one door and it was like, oh, this door looks like it's getting ready to break. And then once you use it a couple more times, like the doorknob falls off, and it's right in front of like a save area too. So instead of just being able to use that quick access between getting back to the first floor area, go upstairs and then make your way around. And it's not a huge deal, but it's like obnoxious enough to be like,
why would you do that?
Yeah, this kind of sucks. But then it ends up, so a character in the game ends up repairing it for you, which is nice.
Okay.
But yeah, you spend like a pretty decent time away from the mansion. Again, in like the courtyard area and stuff like that. But then it brings you back to the mansion and you find a couple of other key items you need, and then yeah. So
having played this game, I mean, this is your first time playing it through to completion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this could use a remake similar to RE2, 3, 4?
I think so. Yeah, I really do. I think. Oh, good.
What would you change, like, if anything, other than just changing the play style, like the camera style?
I mean, that's probably the only thing. I mean, I don't really have. I never played Resident Evil 2 or really 3. I mean, I played a little bit of 3 back in the day, on the GameCube, but I never really had like that nostalgia or anything like that. So I don't know, but I would want just like a proper, like, 3D, third person, remake behind the shoulder. That what we got with Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
I think it can exist and not take away from, especially this one, like the 0 and the RE1 remakes, just because they look so good as is. I mean, and really, if like they didn't have like the loading between going into doors, like I feel like it would be a much better experience. Yeah,
because I mean, I know we talked about this last week, but it's like 5 seconds between rooms, and if you're lost and looking around, like that time adds up, and it kind of discourages you from like exploring and looking around.
Yeah,
at least that was my experience when I tried to pick it up again and play it.
Yeah, and that one's hard too. Like if you've put a couple of hours into that game and then you come back, you might as well just start over, because you're so lost at that point. Because I had a save. I think it only get saved like 6 times maybe, because I started originally with Jill, and then I started over with Chris this go around. But
is there a New Game Plus? Like any carryover data?
I'm not. There's a it says like play again or start over or something like that versus like just loading. So I didn't really check it out. So I'm not 100% sure. But it was cool because like I use like whenever you start the game, like it gives you an option of choosing which skin you want. Like for Chris, like do you want the OG skin or do you want like the Resident Evil 5 Chris? So I chose that one, and he was like all big and bulky and stuff. Looks hilarious, like running through the halls.
That's awesome.
And then I didn't talk about it last week, but I wanted to bring it up. In 0, after you beat the game, there's a I can't remember what the mode's called, but you're finding like these gems as the 2 characters, and it's almost, I don't think it's a roguelike mode, because that's how you, like, instead of like the CP that you have in like RE9, you play this mode, and you have to find I think it's 100 gems or 50 gems per character, and you control them at the same time. And the farther you make it into this mode without dying, that's how you unlock like infinite ammo and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then there's also a hard mode where it's called Wesker mode. And Billy, his character, reskins as Wesker, and Wesker has like his psychic abilities, which is really cool. So I played up to the point where you find Billy, and then you play as Wesker, and he has like this ability where he like looks at an enemy and then like it just explodes. Like it's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wait, this is in 1 or 0?
This is in 0.
This is in 0. Okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But wow. 1 is great. I definitely recommend playing. Again, going from 0 to 1 and seeing like Rebecca in the game, it's like, man, she just had a horrible like 2 nights.
She had a terrible weekend.
Yeah, and there's definitely like there's not decisions in the game, but you can save characters or not save characters. So like there is characters that can die. Obviously, it's not canon because you see all these characters later on, but that is kind of interesting that they can die. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, apparently both of these are up for a remake. So
yeah, I'm excited for either one of these or both to get a proper remake treatment like RE2. Like I feel like it could just make the game even more scarier than it is. Like the classic dog jumping through the window scene. Like it's coming, but it still kind of gets you every time. So yeah, it's cool. But Nick, let's jump over into Pragmata. How you like it so far?
I'm loving it.
How far are you, and how are you liking it?
I think I'm 6 hours in. I'm in like the 4th area.
Okay.
Which is just past like the kind of like the grassy tree overgrown area. So I'm in the next area after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've like played anymore since last night, but that 4th area is really cool. It has a very fun mechanic that's very different from.
Yeah, I'm in that area. I don't know how deep I am. I basically like the goo, the black goo. I'm kind of dealing with that right now. I don't know if you've gotten that far.
The black goo,
like the black like substance that you could kind of see like throughout the game, that starts to play a part into the gameplay a little bit.
Okay, I don't think I'm that far yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but like,
yeah, this game is
it's awesome. Like on paper, it doesn't sound like it would work. Like you have to shoot enemies and hack at the same time, but they map the hacking to the face buttons. So like you aim with your like left trigger, and then you do like this quick hack, and then it opens up the enemy and makes them susceptible to more damage. And like there's all kinds of like different effects.
It's so intuitive. Like it just once you like do the first couple of encounters, like it can be a little bit jarring, but once you've got it like nailed down, like it's like riding a bike, man. It's so much fun. Like every single encounter, like I love. Like I've yet to get. I'm about the same. I'm about 6.5 hours into the game. But yeah, man, like I am just not sick of this combat at all. Like it's so much fun.
And like I've unlocked, like there's that ability, like the auto hack ability that you can unlock.
Yes, I love that.
See, I haven't used it.
Oh my God. It's almost because like in games like this and other games where like you get like that overdrive ability, or you get some sort of like, what's Kratos's like rage mode or whatever.
His
ultimate, whatever. I have a tendency of not using it because I'm always waiting for that encounter that's going to be super hard. And this one, there's some hard encounters, but again, I feel like I just hold on to it. And when you use like the auto hack, it does take away from your overdrive. So if you have full, like you can lose it pretty quickly. But it's so worth it to use because it's literally like just auto, and it does all the stuff for you, like all the awesome. Yeah, it goes all the way through. Like if there's any
nodes.
Yeah, all the nodes and stuff like that, it'll go through all that for you within like a second, and you can upgrade it so it gets faster and faster. That's a game changer.
I've been upgrading it. I just haven't used it.
Yeah, it comes in handy for sure.
Oh man, there's just so many aspects of this game that I really enjoy, from like the combat itself to the kind of the puzzly mechanics throughout the levels, and then like, of course, it's not a Metroidvania, but like being able to double back to levels and see like what you've found and what you haven't found.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it kind of has that checklist for you. And then
checklist got the scan ability where you can just
scan ability, you can ping things.
This may be a very weird comparison, or maybe not, but in a way it feels like Dead Space.
Yeah.
But like happy. Like, I don't know. And I know they're completely different games, but like the movement feels a little bit like Dead Space as far as like Hugh. He feels like he's big and clunky, but also like kind of light on his feet with like the dash mechanic and stuff like that. Like it's
dash and like the hover mechanic.
Yeah,
it really does feel like Dead. I mean, the weapons kind of feel like Dead Space. How they all have like a very unique ability, and like they're all useful in their own way. But Yeah, you're kind of right. It feels like the meme of the like those two houses side by side, and one of them's like pink and one of them's black.
Yeah,
that's Dead Space and Pragmata.
yeah, exactly.
100%. And then like outside of combat, like you go back to your little hub area and you can build that out and like
The
find
shelter.
the shelter, and you can find like pieces from Earth, which are just like 3D printed, like replicas of things from Earth, like a slide or like a tree with a swing on it. And you can set those up, and the kid in this game, like the robot girl Diana, will play on those like she's a kid.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of build out that area. There's a whole training simulator where you can do like various like platforming challenges and combat challenges, and you can unlock stuff that goes towards upgrading your weapons and your armor and Diana's hacking ability. Like everything kind of works together in a weird way that like is so fluid.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
Yeah. I love a good video game that has like a really fun like hub area where you can go back and upgrade and stuff like that. And that's like every time I go back, I'm like, every time I find like the ladder or whatever, I'm like, yeah, Diana's always like, you want to go back and take a rest or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do actually want to do that.
It's so smart. Like when you go up to the ladder, it shows you all the stuff that you've acquired.
Yeah.
You got like whatever, this upgrade node, and like you have this much currency. It's like, you know what? I probably could go back to the shelter and upgrade some stuff real quick.
Yeah. It feels like, and I think I saw this on Twitter, so that's probably why I'm thinking of it, but it feels like a game, it feels like a game made by people that just love video games.
I made a TikTok about that.
Is that where I saw it?
It may be.
Okay, that's probably what I saw then. But yeah, you're exactly right. Like it just, you look at so many other video games and you're like, man, this is like I get what you're trying to do here, but it's annoying. Like why is this mechanic this way? And playing this, I haven't come across anything like that. And granted, I'm only 6.5 hours in. I think it's about a 12 to 15 hour game.
Mm-hmm.
But everything just feels so intuitive. There's upgrade mechanics like you mentioned. Like it almost feels like every time you go onto the tram, you're not necessarily doing a run, but like it feels like you're doing a run to get to the next ladder, and then you go back to the shelter, and then you upgrade something. There's always something that you find along the way.
Feels like Hades in that way a little bit.
A little, like, yeah, just a little bit. I know that's
not a roguelike.
Yeah, it's not a roguelike, but I get that kind of vibe when I'm doing that. Because I don't ever like intend on always going back to the shelter, but once you unlock the ladder and you're like, oh yeah, this is all the stuff I have, and then you're like, well, maybe I do need to go back so I can get my health back and get your I don't know what they're called, the health injector things you have as well, which you can upgrade those. Like, yeah, man, it's just
and I know it kind of sounds like we're glorifying checkpoints, and I mean that's what it is, but like it lends itself really well to shorter play sessions as well. Yeah. Like I'm gonna play for 20 minutes, get to the next ladder, and then I'll have some stuff to upgrade, and I can go back, and maybe there's some new challenges added to the training simulator. Maybe like I got one of those little bingo things that I can add to the bingo card and unlock like a new suit for you or Diana. And then of course, like with every, like this feels like Dead Space. It also feels a lot like Resident Evil with like what are they called? The notes and stuff you pick up along the way.
Yeah,
like
yeah. The emails and the video logs. Like, and again, most of the time in video games, sometimes I'll read that stuff, sometimes I won't. With this one, I'm reading everything, I'm watching everything. Hell, I'm even, once you do like the bingo cards and you're unlocking like the enemy models, like I'm going back and reading those because I'm just like, why on earth
did that exist?
And then, maybe they're not on Earth or on the moon, so I guess things are a little bit different. But it's like, why do we need a giant humanoid like looking baby doll thing? Like, what was the purpose of that? And then it tells you, and it's like, okay, that still doesn't make any sense, but okay.
I need to go read that because I haven't read anything about those.
Oh, okay.
About the bots.
Yeah.
Those things are creepy though.
super creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like being in New York and like walking above those on the path and seeing them scatter down below.
Yeah.
And then sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say like just to give context to like what's going on in the story. Like there's you play as Hugh, like the main character. He is an engineer, so again, kind of is like Dead Space in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes and there I guess there's been some not any communication going on at the lunar base, and the whole purpose of this lunar base is they found this stuff called
Lunafilament,
which is basically 3D printing. And they can 3D print like literally everything, and that's why the world, especially that New York inspired level, like everything is, some of it's complete, but a lot of it's not complete, and you could see like the individual filament, which is really cool. But yeah, long story short, there's a rogue AI that's controlling the lunar base. That something happened and it started killing. Which I don't. Is it killing people? Because there's no bodies there at all, right? Everyone's just kind of missing.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. But you run across this little girl, Diana. She is what's called a Pragmata, which is like an android. But the reason why she looks different than the other like Walker enemies is because on Earth it's strictly forbidden to create an android that looks like a person. But on the moon, those laws don't apply, so that's why she looks the way she does.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's super interesting, and then just going back to Hugh, like I love their relationship so much. Like Diana is so damn adorable. Like,
yeah,
if something happens to her in the story, I will lose it. But yeah, just their relationship is great. Like every time you go back to the shelter and you can play hide and seek with her, and once you start unlocking like what you mentioned before with like all the Earth objects, the slide, the swing, and stuff like that, like he'll start giving you drawings of like them too. Like it's just so cute.
Yeah,
it's so adorable.
Like I heard complaints about their relationship blossoming too fast, and I was like, I did not get that at all. Like I
don't know what people are talking about.
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, Hugh seemed like a pretty like you can tell he's got something going on, but he's also kind of bubbly.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, and I saw some weird stuff. Like people are like thinking that they're sexualizing her like too much in the game. I'm just like, did you see any of that over the weekend?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a whole community that's grabbing onto this game, and it's probably the worst community in the entire world. But
are they grabbing it because they enjoy it, or
yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you're like a person that you play through this game and you're just like, yeah, they're over sexualizing her, I don't know if that says more about you and your like that's the immediate what you think when you see like just a little girl.
Yeah.
Like why are you even thinking about that? Granted, there is one scene like when you first come across that cat, and there's like weird slowness to like they show her feet, and there's like a weird slowness to that. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, that is a little weird because they did like pause, and it was like this is a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm. This is getting into the Dan Schneider
exactly
territory.
But then after that, there was nothing else. So like I don't know, but
yeah. I saw a lot of that over the weekend.
Yeah, which is a choice, and it shouldn't be. You shouldn't even be a thought, but yeah, when you have a little girl, that's not wearing shoes, you're gonna have the creepos come out.
Mm-hmm. They come out in full force, and like they're weirdly unashamed, and they should be like the most ashamed that anyone could ever be. But
yeah, I mean that's like I remember a couple years ago whenever I think it was Fire Emblem Engage came out, and like all the weirdos were like,
oh yeah, because you couldn't romance a 13-year-old in the version, but you could in the Japanese version.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just a video game. Like, why does it matter? Like, it should absolutely matter. Your thought shouldn't be like, oh, can I romanticize her? Yeah,
dude, I got into it with.
I remember
with that group.
Yeah,
they came out. Man. They came out of the woodwork in full force.
Yeah, that's why like, I don't know. I mean, I talked about like Euphoria. I think that's a very weird show.
Yeah, that I feel like that director is kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, and then like, and that's why I think I like Metaphor ReFantazio so much. Is like you strip away all that. Just I don't even want the relationship stuff. Like let me do it in a friendship type of way, and not even worry about any of that stuff.
Not that romancing in a game is bad at all, because I mean there are plenty of games that implement it very well.
Of course, yeah.
But like when it's like high schoolers,
yeah, it's like what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah,
and that's why I like SMT5 as well. It's like that. It doesn't have any of that social stuff in it.
Yeah,
and you're just playing the game.
Just playing the game,
and that's what Pragmata is. Yeah. You're just playing the game, dude.
It's a video game. It is a hell of a video game, and right now, like, I mean, we talked about Capcom before, but I mean, between Monster Hunter Stories 3, like that reviewed really well, Resident Evil 9, this Pragmata, they got
Onimusha.
I think that comes out this year as well. I mean, they're just killing it, dude. Like they can't seem to be stopped. Like the only kind of like trip up they had was that dinosaur game that I can't remember the name of.
Exoprimal.
I don't know.
That was like an experiment.
Yeah, it was like their way to dabble into like that live servicey stuff. But this game is just, it's incredible. Like it like everyone's referring it to like the old school, like, the third person 360 era type of game. That's exactly what it is. And I think that this, maybe this is an overstatement, but I think that this is an important video game right now because it is a third person, no any sort of like live servicey crap in there. It's not an open world game. It's 12 to 15 hours long, so it's not a long game.
It's a new IP,
which is important. In the days of we get so many sequels and this and that, and it's $60.
Yeah,
it's $60
right there.
Like, come on.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, this thing's been cooking for 5 years. I remember back in 2021 when it was delayed to I think it was delayed to 2023.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that year doesn't even exist in my mind. Like, that is so far off. And then, of course, it gets delayed another 3 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds like it was worth it. And like, sometimes you play a game, right? And you think, oh, these developers, they had a story they wanted to tell, and the gameplay kind of came after.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Last of Us, right? Like, great gameplay, but like the story was obviously the focus, and that's what, like, they wanted to tell that story.
Yeah.
With Pragmata, I feel like it's very Nintendo-esque, where they had that gameplay idea first. Like, man, hacking and shooting could work well together, and then it does, and then you build the game around that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll say it a million times, but this is a video game.
Yeah, it's great. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
We're both playing it on the Switch too. I've seen a little bit of some hiccups here and there, but for the most part, it's a pretty great experience. Just
yeah, it's got a little bit of blur to it on the Switch too.
Yeah,
like there's like a little bit, like it feels like oil was kind of rubbed over the screen. And
are you playing in handheld?
Mostly TV.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't noticed any of that. Maybe I'll pay more attention.
Handheld is a lot. Like it looks a lot worse than it does on TV. Not a lot worse, but it looks worse than it does on TV.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But man, great game. I think this is gonna. I mean, it's definitely gonna make the top 10 this year.
Yeah, I mean it's up there, man. Like Resident Evil 9 right now. This Procopia. It's some interesting games. That
I got to ask. You were hyping up Procopia for a while.
Yeah.
Is it above RE9?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I still think probably RE9 right now. But that could change. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depending if they put out some interesting DLC or something like that for Procopia, which we don't have it in our news, but I'll just bring it up right now. Mercenaries is what's rumored to be coming out next month for RE9. So excited to jump back into that if that is the case. So, and the amiibos come out pretty soon too. Like, is that July when they come out?
July, yeah. Which is that when the DLC comes out?
So like Mercenaries next month, and then the big DLC in July. Yeah, who knows? I'm not sure.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
can't wait to see who Leon's married to.
Gotta see it, man. Gotta see it.
Gotta see him and Ashley together.
Yeah. But yeah, Pragmata is a fantastic video game. Highly recommend it. It's great.
Yeah. Have you been playing anything else?
No, that's pretty much been Resident Evil and Pragmata.
Real quick, I did play the Tomodachi Life demo.
Okay.
Made the 3 characters that you're allowed to make. Made me, my wife, and my dog. Me and my wife get along great in the game. But I do not think I'll pick up the full game because I can't see myself playing this too much. Just because it doesn't have a lot of gameplay going on. You're kind of just watching. I know we talked about this before the show, but
yeah,
like it's kind of like The Sims, right? Where like you're just watching people do stuff and it's like a Mad Lib where you kind of create your own funny moments and you're not censored at all in like what you can say. So you can, me and Alicia I was like, well, what do you both like? And I was like, oh, both like butts. And I was like, oh, you like butts? Like, you can do that kind of stuff. Yeah. But like the weird thing is you can't share any screenshots or screen recordings from your Switch to like the Nintendo app. And
yeah,
like, so you can post it. You have to like pull it off of an SD card, which just kills the ability to share things about this game. But I guess that makes sense because people will make
uncensored. So
yeah, it's uncensored. People will make crazy islands. It is what it is.
They'll still figure out a way to share them.
I mean, you just
upload them and stuff.
Record, like you just hold it around and record your TV.
Yeah, or capture like on a capture card or something like that.
Yeah.
So people will get around it. But yeah, I mean, like it seems like a really like interesting game, and like, but I heard that a lot of those funny moments will keep happening, like where it's like, oh, so and so, I can't stop thinking about so and so, and they look up in the sky and like they had like the photo of the person there, like watching, then it happens like multiple times, and it's like kind of loses its charm over, I guess over time. So
yeah, especially when you have 50 plus me's on your island, and they're all kind of, like you said, like recycling the same instances over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I wonder how well this game has. I mean, it just came out on Thursday, so I wonder how well it's done. I bet it's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, I bet it'll be 3 million by the next financial report.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. All right, anything else you've been playing?
That's it.
Sweet. All right, let's dive over into the news. You want to kick it off?
Elden Ring movie releases March 3rd, 2028. And
happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you. And the cast has been revealed. I don't have it in front of me, but
I've got it right here. Okay. A lot of these I don't know, but I will do my best to pronounce everybody. So Kit Connor, it doesn't say who they're playing either. So Kit Connor, Ben Wishaw, Kaylee Spanny, Tom Burke, Habana Rose Liu, Sonoya Mizuno, Jonathan Price, Ruby Cruz, Nick Offerman. That's the one I do know.
Yep.
John Hodgkinson, Jefferson Hall, Emma Laird, and Peter Saravanowicz. I think that's how you say that. So it doesn't say who they're playing. Who on earth do you think Nick Offerman is playing? Because like, I feel like he could be like a narrator, maybe.
Could be a narrator. I feel like he's gonna play Radon.
Radon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie, like, again, I don't know how I didn't know that this was happening, but like it was news to me last week that this was an actual thing. So I don't know how on earth they're going to make a movie out of this. being like how like just convoluted, and I mean the story of Elden Ring is very interesting. Like it's a very cool story, but it's not. I mean, it's just like any other Dark Souls game. It's not told to you directly. You have to, you have to see the story through item descriptions and stuff like that. So how they're going to do that, I don't know. But I mean, either way, it's going to be a day one.
I mean, I think it has a few things going for it right now. One is it doesn't have like a star-studded A-list cast.
Yeah,
there's no Chris Pratt, there's no Tom Holland. It's being made by Alex Garland, who's a good director.
Yeah.
A24.
A24 that's a good sign. Yeah.
I think it's got A24's biggest budget ever. I think it's 100 million plus.
Yeah.
So that means they're going all out on set pieces.
Yeah.
There've already been like leaked photos of the what is it? The Shrine of America.
Yeah. And like some of the costumes of like the kind of the normal like knights that are in yellow and stuff. So it looks like Elden Ring. I mean,
looks like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And Alex Garland has 4,000 hours in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
I think the stars have aligned here for a potentially great adaptation.
Yeah.
I'm hyped up.
I'm hyped up, man. Between this and Zelda, like I have my confidence is rising. So we'll see. And this comes out in 2028. So yeah, I mean Zelda next year. This in 2028. I mean, we may just be on the start of like just really good video game adaptations.
Like really good, like Lord of the Rings-esque
yeah.
adaptations.
Yeah.
And not just, the Marios and the Sonics.
Exactly. Yeah, those are good. And like you could say like the Sonic, like that was a really good movie for what it was. Same thing like the Mario movies, like they're good for what they are. Like Fallout is kind of probably like the S tier, I would say, shows out there for adaptations. We still got the BioShock movie. I don't know if that's still happening. I don't know. Yeah, Last of Us season 1 for sure. Season 2, yeah,
not so much.
The quality of that show didn't drop. It was just, well, like visually and stuff like that. Like I felt like all that stuff. Good. Yeah, the set pieces and stuff like that were good. It's
just the dialogue.
The writing and dialogue was terrible, and it felt really rushed.
Yeah,
that's all. That like I don't know, man. Between Last of Us Part 2, the way they just arranged that story, I think is cool, but it's just so hard to do on a TV show. I don't know.
Did they update Last of Us 2, like the game where you could play it and play the game sequences in sequential order?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's a mode that they did.
Yeah,
I thought about going back and doing that to see how that is because it's been a while since I played that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elden Ring looks good. Can't wait for. We'll probably won't get a trailer until probably 2027 sometime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of, we just talked about Pragmata, but it has sold 1 million copies.
Success.
Just came out on Friday, so over the weekend, 1 million is really really good for brand new IP. And Capcom mentioned that Switch 2 was a big part of that. So I'd be curious to know like what that percentage is.
Probably like 10 to 20%.
Yeah.
I'd say above Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Xbox, they're fighting for their life right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I did. So Friday I went out and I was getting stuff for dinner. I went to GameStop and I don't think GameStop. I don't know, man. They just don't get a lot of Switch 2 stuff in general. But they didn't have Pragmata there. I'm like, what? I was like, why aren't y'all getting this stuff? And he's like, I don't know. We just didn't get it on the truck. I'm like, okay. Went to Target. They didn't have it either. So I ended up the next day picking it up at Best Buy, and I think they had like 2 copies left. So, but it's a GameCube card. A lot of retailers probably are seeing the sales for those, and probably adjusting accordingly to and it's a brand new IP, so who knows?
Yeah,
probably a big part of it. But
yeah,
yeah, 1 million. That's a great start.
yeah. That's a big milestone. Hopefully, it goes on to sell 5+ million. I think word of mouth is really good for this game, and obviously it reviewed really well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you want to read the next one.
Yeah, so I don't know if this was like a leak or if this was intentional, but
This, I know it was a person that worked either an actor movie or someone who worked on that movie. They put it on their Instagram.
okay. And it was a picture.
Nintendo came in.
Oh, they took it down?
Yeah, they took it. Oh, it's on the internet still, of course, but yeah, they made it take it off their Instagram.
Yeah, but it shows a new look, like a new artwork rendition of Link, and maybe we can
try to pull it up.
I don't know if you can pull it up on the screen. Okay, but it looks absolutely incredible. It's I don't think it's an actual photograph. It looks just like a drawing or like a rendition. But like it looks exactly like Twilight Princess Link, except with a badass cape. Like it looks like there's a cape on the back. But it looks incredible compared to what I was thinking it was going to look like.
Yeah, and like
there we go.
I'm very curious. Yeah, look, it looks so cool. And you mommy, I think that's like, is that just like the code for the movie? I would assume.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what that is, but yeah, he looks so cool. I was curious if they were going to do the hat or not, because like that is probably a little bit difficult to pull off
to make it look cool.
To make it look cool and to keep it on, But yeah, with the cape, yeah,
that cape is awesome.
Yeah, he looks sick. I'm gonna need. Has Link ever had like a cape like this before?
I don't think so. It's like at least not for like one of his default outfits in any of the games.
I think it might be more of like a cloak. Now that I'm looking at it,
might be a cloak. Yeah,
could be like a cloak, like or maybe like the hood is part of the cape. So like that's the whole. I don't know. Either way, it looks sick.
And the shield on the back.
Shield on the back, and it's he is a right-handed, which I think most of the games now, Link is right-handed. Yeah. But yeah, it looks absolutely sick. I can't wait to get the first trailer, which I assume we'll probably get one over the summer, or maybe we'll probably get a direct, right? Like,
well, filming just wrapped, so then it's like post-production that'll take. I mean, that'll take a few months.
Yeah, we'll probably get like a Zelda movie direct at some point, like closer to like September or something. Oh man, I think
last week we were talking about this, and I was like, yeah, there's a 50% chance this movie is good. I think I'm up to like 70% now.
Yeah, man, you should be. It looks awesome.
I'm feeling good about this. Looks awesome.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, the Mario movie, like, if the movie sucks, and a lot of people did say that it sucked story-wise, it's whatever, but this one, like, if this one sucks, this is going to hurt me a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Either way, even if it reviews poorly, I'm still going to be there day one. But yeah.
Yeah, if this sucks, it's almost like you guys shouldn't even try it again.
Yeah.
Like, don't revisit live action.
No.
Like, just stick with animated and do your Star Fox.
Because if they can, like, nail this, I need a Metroid live action ASAP.
Yeah.
And put Brie Larson as, like, Samus. Like, I feel like she would be a good Samus.
Yeah. And make it kind of horror-esque.
Yeah, make it, like, dark and gritty. Absolutely.
Add some Emmy in there.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Have a good chase sequence.
Yeah, that would be sick. We should be getting a trailer for the Resident Evil movie, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah, because that comes out in September.
Yeah. So we should be getting one pretty. I know Sony just had its event last week, and they showed off the logo for it.
I'm hyped up for that one too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I think that'll be a day one.
Speaking of like zombies, I did watch 28 Years Later Part 1 and 2 last week.
Wait, 28 years later?
28 years later, and then 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
Where'd you watch The Bone Temple?
In Netflix. It just got added.
Oh shit!
Have you seen it?
I've seen the first. I've seen 28 Years Later in theaters, but I never saw the Bone Temple.
I don't know if I liked them.
Okay.
I'm like, they
liked
are
28 Years Later.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. Very cinematic.
Yeah. I mean, the second one definitely is too. You kind of start to get more into the side of like the crazy people, if you will,
like the cult.
The cult, yeah. Well, you see it at the end of
yeah.
That's
cool.
the end of the
whole
first
sequence
one.
at the end.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can appreciate like the different angles and the cuts and stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe I do like it. I don't know. It's
no, have your opinion.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on them.
Did you watch? I mean, you watched Days Later, right?
Yeah. I've seen all of them now.
Okay.
I mean, it's all the same director, right?
No,
it's not. Okay,
it's not.
Okay.
I think I can't remember if the same guy who did Days Later did Years or the Bone Temple.
Okay.
But I think he did one of them.
I would assume it was the same director, right? Between the 2 Years movies, since they were like back to back. I think there's a third one coming out too. Well, there definitely is the way it ends.
Danny Boyle did 28 Years Later, and then Nia DaCosta did The Bone Temple.
Okay.
And who did Days Later?
That might have been Danny Boyle.
Oh, it was Nia DaCosta. Wait, that's not right. 28 Days Later. Oh, wait. Okay, 1 second. Danny Boyle did 28 Days Later. So he did Years, and then another person did Bone Temple.
Okay. Yeah. The way that it ends, though, I did appreciate. But yeah, the alpha zombie is fucking hilarious. Like, Dong City.
Got that alpha dong.
That alpha dong. But yeah. I think I definitely think it's worth a watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Going back to the news. Dragon Ball, they had like their big tournament over the weekend, and thus came a bunch of news with that. I think they do it every single year, and some years they announce stuff, sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends. The biggest news that they dropped was this has kind of been rumored. It was the Dragon Ball like year 1000 or something like that, age 1000.
Mm-hmm.
That was teased. I think it was teased a few months ago. But they did confirm that it is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. I didn't realize that. I forgot this game has been out for like 10 years, and they are constantly updating this game. Like it is, and like it's almost. I don't know if you've ever played this one, but it's almost like a mini MMO in a way. Like there's like raids and stuff. I need to go back to it because it's been so long since I just want to see how much has changed. I really liked it. Like I finished the story and stuff like that. But yeah, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 coming out to PlayStation 5 and Series X and PC in 2027. And this, I believe this is the last like Dragon Ball story from Akira Toriyama that passed away last year, I believe. So that's also pretty cool. Got a pretty long trailer as well. So yeah,
it looks cool.
Yeah, I'll probably be there day one. I really like the first two. Speaking of Xenoverse 2, it's getting its final DLC for the game coming in summer of this year. It's called Future Saga Chapter 4. It says this chapter brings the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Future Saga pack set to a dramatic close, reflecting on everything players have fought for, protecting history, shaping the future, and facing god-level power in a climactic final battle. And there's a trailer for that as well. And then for me personally, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Again, this game this
not stop.
This game is also, I think it's 9 years old at this point.
17, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting a new. It's the new Daima DLC coming in a couple days on April 22nd. It is yet another Goku, but it is Goku Super Saiyan 4 from the Daima show. And mind you, there's already another Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the game. That's from Dragon Ball GT, which is the not canon Dragon Ball show that wasn't created by Akira Toriyama. So a little bit weird, when it comes to all that stuff. But hey, I'll take another.
GT wasn't created by.
No, GT was not. Yeah, it's not. It's not considered canon. It's got all the same like voice actors and stuff, but yeah, all that stuff that happens in GT, they don't consider that canon.
Interesting.
But they all show up in like all the different games and stuff as well. So.
Gotcha.
So that's coming out on the 22nd, and then they're doing like a pretty big update to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm not gonna go through all the stuff, but bunch of new characters, bunch of new story stuff. So looks. I probably need to go back to that game as well because it's been a while.
You played it, right?
Yeah, I beat one of the single player modes. Didn't quite hit the same for me as like Xenoverse 2 and Dragon Ball Kakarot and some of those other ones, but it was still a really good game.
I'm surprised Kakarot didn't get any additional DLC.
It's had a ton.
Did it have a Switch 2 version?
I think so. Maybe not Switch 2 version. I think it's just a Switch. It's on the Switch.
I think it just runs better on Switch 2.
Yeah, I don't think they've had like an official update for Switch 2.
I'd pick it up if it got a Switch 2 version.
Yeah. I gotta bet that's probably coming at some point. Yeah, very, very cool.
That's awesome.
Xbox, they announced they're partnering up with IGN. We're getting an ID at Xbox announced for this week, April 23rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll get some reveals, and they've already announced a few games that are going to be there.
Silk Sword.
They didn't mention it. They said, I think, I can't remember, I don't have the list in front of me, but I know Solo Leveling Arise, that Overdrive game, is going to be there. So I would assume that's going to finally make its way to Xbox and PlayStation. It's been on the PC for a little bit.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, I who knows?
This was officially revealed.
Yeah, well, this was already announced like a month or two ago officially. It's been rumored and leaked for years now at this point. But we are finally getting a proper Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that's going to be revealed on April 23rd as well at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Part of the trailer already leaked.
Did it really? Jesus Christ, dude. Well, I will wait to watch it. I'm sure I'll watch it. I'll catch it when they air it live. But are you interested in this at all?
I don't think so.
I mean, apparently it's got to be a pretty big like remake, like a proper remake, and not just a visual upgrade.
I feel like it's already come out with how much it's been talked about.
Yeah.
Like even there at like the announcement video today was like the internet's worst kept secret.
Yeah.
Black Flag Resynced.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I have a feeling this is gonna like make or break Ubisoft at this point. Like, if this game doesn't sell well, like, what else do they have?
Like, this is their highest rated, or like their highest beloved, most beloved Assassin's Creed game. Like, if this doesn't do numbers, and
what will?
You're right. Like, what else can they do? I don't know. I've never finished an Assassin's Creed.
Really?
Yeah. Because I didn't really play the franchise growing up, and then Valhalla was the first one I really got into.
Yeah.
And then I haven't finished that one, and then I'm only a couple of hours into Shadows.
Yeah, I'm gonna play on Shadows pretty soon on the Switch too. But I was trying to find like sales numbers for the Assassin's Creed game. It's got to be one of the better selling ones.
I think it is. Black Flag boasts over 34 million players.
Jeez,
I don't know if that translates to
sales
units sold.
Wow.
Valhalla has 20.2 million. Jeez.
Yeah, that one sold very well as well.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, shoot, like even like Dragon Ball Fighters and Xenoverse 2, both of those games sold over 10 million copies. So
Jesus.
yeah,
Fighters isn't surprising, but Xenoverse?
yeah. They've had so many editions now with like how many DLC packs they've put into that game.
Yeah.
And it's always on sale as well.
Yeah, over 10 million as of 2023.
Yeah, so it's probably more than that now.
Geez, maintains approximately 1 million monthly active users.
Yeah, the game is huge. And I think that's why like we haven't seen a 3. You know, it kind of just makes them prints them money because it's so popular. Yeah. So yeah, I need to go back. I need to go back to it and like do like a check-in on that game.
Do a little check-in.
Yeah. And then our last story. This is like kind of par for the course with a Nintendo, and we kind of always know that they kind of work this way. But Tamagotchi Life, Lived in Dream was reportedly feature complete a year ago. This does come from Nintendo Life, and they were talking about it got rated last year on May 20th of 2025. Basically meaning that it was playable fully through. And we've heard of this about Tears of the Kingdom, where it was technically done in 2022, but they spent a year, squashing all the bugs and stuff like that, and just polishing up the game. And that's kind of like the brilliance of like Nintendo is when a game is not ready to ship, or they don't feel like it's right, within the calendar year, or they have some other stuff that they can put out, they will just hold on to the game and release it when it's ready. I mean, this is kind of what I think Jeff Grubb has mentioned before, but the Fire Emblem,
Engage,
not Engage. What's the other one?
Three Houses.
No, the Genealogy of the Holy War.
Oh, yeah.
He's reported that game's also done, and Nintendo's just kind of sitting on it. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like you can't sit on it that long, because at some point you need a Switch 2 version if you don't have one.
Yeah, exactly. So that one I don't know, but like something like Tamagotchi Life, I could absolutely see that happening.
Well, speaking of ratings or ratings leaks, can we just go through all the recent ratings leaks for a bunch of games that are apparently slated to come out at some point in the near future?
Yeah, there's a ton.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy got a rating, and I think it was.
And are we talking about Switch 2 versions or Switch?
Yeah, Switch 2 versions.
Okay.
Devil May Cry 5. Very old game, but
yeah, I played a little bit of that one. That would be cool to play on Switch.
Yeah. Starfield.
Okay, that makes sense.
That one would probably not be cool to play on Switch, but I'd be interested to see how it looks.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to play that game again, but
if it launched at 30 frames on Series X, I don't know.
It's 60 now, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Sonic Frontiers, Switch 2 edition.
Makes sense.
Diablo 4, that would be a great Switch 2 game.
Yep. Mouse control and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hi-Fi Rush.
That's been rumored forever.
Yeah, that's a shoe-in. I think that's it. Or at least those are all the ones I've seen.
Okay.
But like, that's enough to make up at least a partner direct.
Yeah, that's why people are speculating now that we're going to get a partner, in the near future versus... I think the internet would I think
crumble a little bit.
Would crumble. Yeah, they would lose their minds.
Yeah. To be fair, like if you didn't want to play Pocopia, or if like Pocopia is not your thing and Tamagotchi Life is not your thing.
Yeah.
Like the first half of 2026 has been relatively dry for Nintendo. I know they had like the Super Mario Wonder Edition and then the Xenoblade Chronicles X upgrade, but yeah, I mean we could use some heat in the back half.
Yeah, I mean I don't disagree. I just think that I mean if you only play Mario and you only play Zelda, yeah, okay, I can see why you may be a little bit upset. And I would also maybe just say, why would you buy the Switch 2 in the first place? Why do you have it now?
Right?
Unless you're trying to avoid like price increases, which I totally understand.
maybe
So, yeah.
people are looking for a reason to buy it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's no Zelda or Mario yet, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep waiting.
Patrick in chat, we already talked about it, but it's a third person game from Capcom, that made Resident Evil. It's like a third person like shooter with
/hacking.
puzzle, hacking puzzle elements. Really fun, really good game. Go back and listen if you want to hear us talk about it. But yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I could see why people are upset, but again, like and also like if you only play on the Switch, there are so many games right now that have never been on the Switch, and you should play those games because they are all very, very good games and quality ports.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil 9, Pragmata, Final Fantasy 7. I mean, Rebirth is coming out in June.
Yep.
Adventures of Elliot. A ton of cool stuff, like Blueprints.
Yeah, Blueprints is coming. Is that already out?
It's out, and it's
that's right. That's right. It Shadow dropped that day. Okay. Yeah.
You should play Blueprints.
I do need to play it.
Actually, I don't know if you'd like it because you're not a roguelike guy. I keep trying to. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna pick up Saros? Or wait for reviews?
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless it.
Did you play Returnal? I think we talked about it before.
I did. Yeah, I played. I probably put like 2 hours into it, and it just didn't click with me.
Yeah. Because
the runs were so long.
Okay.
Not that I disliked that, but I think just at whatever point I was in my life, I didn't want to play that type of game on a TV.
Yeah.
And you can't. My other gripe is at the time you couldn't like leave your run, or you couldn't like quit your game and come back and still return to your run.
Yeah, there's something weird with like the online, because I remember people talking about how they like their PS5 would update in the middle of a run and it would cause them to lose that run, which that sucks. Hopefully that stuff isn't in the game like that.
And that's why I love the Switch for roguelikes. Like you can pause it and just put your console to sleep.
Yeah.
And pick it up later.
And I think you can do that in most roguelikes on other like on Xbox and PlayStation. But it was just something about with the server. It was something about that game where it was every time the PS5 would update, it would cause people to lose their save or lose their progress. And sometimes those runs could last 3 or 4 hours, which is insane. So
yeah. But out of any of those leaked games coming to Switch 2, any that you would be interested in? I know you mentioned Devil May Cry 5, but
Devil May Cry for sure. That's Capcom. I'm going to support Capcom. Well, I don't care what game it is. I'm going to at least try it because they, at this point, they can literally do no wrong. Starfield definitely going to pass on. I'm good with Starfield. What was the other ones you mentioned? Sorry,
Diablo 4. Sonic
Diablo
Frontier.
4, I'm gonna pass. Sonic, I've played a little bit on the PS5. I didn't really care for it. Guardians of the Galaxy, that might be one that I could potentially revisit. If it's priced right. If it's like a $30 to $40 game, I might consider picking it up. But if it's like 60, I doubt it'd be more than 60. But yeah, if it's priced like a Tomb Raider, like that was $20, like that was a no brainer for me. That was Crystal Dynamics. So yeah, I think that could be give that game some new life on the Switch too, and let Switch people play, because that game was excellent.
It was.
I think it just came out like right after like Avengers, and those games just had like a bad. Well, Avengers had like a bad rap for being like that live servicey crap that they implemented into the game, and Spider-Man was only exclusive on the PlayStation Edition. There's just so much going on with that game. The Avengers game was fine, like as a game itself, but the live service stuff like sucked. But Guardians is genuinely an excellent game with a fantastic story. So yeah, I would definitely be up to revisiting that one. So yeah, that one definitely cry. I'm sure Assassin's Creed Black Flag will be on a Switch 2 as well, since we got Shadows. So
yeah, I would imagine it can run on Switch.
Yeah.
I think I'd pick up Diablo 4.
I've just heard it's so maybe not hard to get into, but just with all the expansions they've had so far, they change stuff up so dramatically between them that it's like kind of convoluted in a way. But yeah, maybe starting that game is fine. But yeah, I need to try Diablo 4. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you play 3?
Yeah, I beat 3.
Okay,
but I played it on Xbox One back in the day, and I think I picked it up on the Switch and never really played through it.
Got it.
So yeah,
it's a good game. 3's good.
Yeah, 3's a good game. It's a fun game. Was there any other games on that list?
I was just reading through comments on the post that I was reading, and someone said that Pikmin 3 Switch 2 edition was also leaked by Peggy.
I can see that one happen.
I guess that makes sense. I'd much rather see a Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition.
Well, see, I thought it was 4. That was
apparently it was 3. Nate the Hate leaked 4. He said a Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition would be coming this summer.
Yeah,
but apparently Pikmin 3 Switch 2 edition is also coming at some point.
We don't need that. Like I would just prefer. I mean, we really don't. I'm like, what, are they going to add DLC to 3? No, what? That would be insane.
Bump up the frame rate, maybe add 1080.
Yeah, maybe give us like an update to the game, like a free update. You know, like they've done with some other the other ones, and then give us like a proper Pikmin 4 edition with good DLC, like actual, like maybe some story stuff, not just like, you know, a random like mode or something like that.
Bullshit to mess around with.
Yeah, some actually like significant stuff. Could be cool. I feel like there's another game that I wanted to say. We're talking about Pikmin. Oh, yeah, apparently, you know, Star Fox is supposed to be announced either this week or next week. You know, Nate said it was going to be revealed in April, so
tomorrow.
I kind of hope he's wrong. Because I want him to be wrong, so we can just put an end to Nate the Hate and the leak culture,
I'm treating him like
and then we can just be surprised from now on.
Because like right now, allegedly, Nintendo's entire slate for 2026 is leaked.
Yeah,
by one guy. Unless he's getting fed in like false information, or Nintendo was trying to weed out the.
Yeah, because Nintendo Prime had like a huge tweet that blew up, I think last week, where he just talked about, hey, you know, I think it's like the red herring. What's like the phrase?
I think it's red herring.
Red herring. And this is not just exclusive to Nintendo. Like other companies do this to kind of weed out the people that they think are leaking it. So they'll leak certain information to Europe or whatever. And, you know, there are different divisions and see, okay, we'll put the real stuff over here. But we'll give some information to this one division that's going to be false, and if that stuff comes out, then we know that somebody in that division is messing up, and that's basically what he said is. And he wasn't saying that Nate the Hate was necessarily fed incorrect information. He was just kind of stating this in general,
like
and
it could be the case.
It could be the case, and people were because they put Nate the Hate on this pedestal of it. Just he's never incorrect, and he has been incorrect in the past. And I think that's my biggest problem is like with the leaker culture is like you have that one person that. It's gospel once they say it. I'm like, it's not, but okay.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he's reliable. So yeah, until he's wrong, you know, he's right, you know. But I hope he's wrong, and I hope it doesn't happen, and people, like, you know, give him the backlash and say, hey, maybe let it be. Like, you don't need to leak this stuff. I know you know, you have your YouTube channel and you make money off of it, of course, but
at the same time, like Nintendo spreading a fake rumor about Ocarina of Time remake would be some
that would piss me off. Yeah, I would be upset.
Maybe like that's the truth, and then Star Fox is the lie, right?
Yeah,
like that's the plant.
The two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie. I don't know,
but I also couldn't see like I would almost say like the Ocarina of Time is fake and the Star Fox is true because like again, why is Star Fox in the Mario movie other than to promote it for kind of a relaunch of the franchise?
Yeah, But at the same time, like, we have the Zelda movie coming out.
Yeah.
You need a game to
they're gonna want a game, and
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time is like the game, I would say. Like if you're gonna remake a game from the ground up and want it to pair, even if the story is not, one for one or whatever, you're gonna want something big, and Ocarina of Time is that game.
Okay, now you can go to Switch 2 and you can play the highest rated Zelda game of all time and one of the most beloved games. Yeah. And you can play
highest rated video game of all time.
Yeah.
Revisit a classic.
And you can play
the game that started it all.
You play the best versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good selling point.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, we're past Mario's 40th.
Later, loser.
It's Zelda time, man. It's time. It's time for Zelda.
We'll see.
Or we'll get some stupid, something dumb.
Yeah, some throwaway Nintendo Online game that goes away in a few months.
That would break my heart.
Yeah.
that would destroy me inside. Here's Zelda. Here's
Zelda 40.
Yeah, Zelda 40. We're
You go through the first dungeon and A Link to the Past with 40 other people, and whoever finishes it first.
Or how about this? Let's revisit the classic Wii game, Link's Crossbow Training 2,
with mouse controls.
You
know what? That's not a bad idea.
I'm gonna play it. Did you ever play Link's Crossbow Training, the original one?
I think I played a little bit of it.
Because you had like the gun, right?
The zapper.
The zapper.
I have the zapper.
Did it come with that? Was it bundled?
I believe so.
Okay. I
think it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I never played it. I need to play it someday.
I mean, the zapper was cool, not necessarily the game.
No. Yeah.
I do want to play it though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Well, I think that is going to wrap up the news and thus wrap up the show. We appreciate everyone listening and watching live. If you want to ever join us on the live stream, we stream every Monday at around 8:45 p.m. over on Twitch and YouTube. All the links or stuff are in the description below. So if you ever want to come in and chat with us while we're doing the podcast, that would be a lot of fun. Review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. That would be greatly appreciated. And Nick, final thoughts before we get out of here? Nick thinks there's going to be something happening tomorrow, so we'll see.
I think we either get a Fire Emblem release date,
something,
or we see Star Fox.
What about Splatoon Raiders?
I'm not feeling Splatoon Raiders.
I'm not feeling the tingle is not tingling right now.
It's either a tactical RPG or a freaking shooter. I don't know.
So okay, tomorrow, 9 a.m. Fire Emblem. Do you think they give us a release date as well, like a full blown trailer?
Yeah,
and then a release date.
Yeah.
Okay.
June.
June.
It's coming out in June.
It's coming in June. I heard it's the greatest game of all time.
It's connected to 3 houses, but we don't know why.
The 3 houses, they tell me they're connected.
There was the 4th house at one point. Oh, they got obliterated. We took them out. It was a clean swipe.
The greatest operation ever done.
The 4th house will no longer be mentioned. There were only 3 houses.
I will say, Trump impressions are by far one of the funniest things ever. I saw this one TikTok. It was like, this guy does like a bunch of like, what's it? The paralysis demon.
Mhm.
And he's like, he does a bunch of them, like different characters and stuff. And the one was like the Trump, and he was like standing in like Trump's awkward like position, doing the you're not getting any sleep tonight. Oh,
So easy.
funny.
Man,
It's yeah,
it's just so easy.
it's so funny. All right, guys, we'll be back. I'm sure. Maybe we'll plan on doing a little. I'm sure we'll probably finish Pragmata by next week.
Yeah.
With it not being like a long game, so maybe we'll try to squeeze in a spoiler section next week if we both finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have fun. Has a great week, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.